Hi, this is Mariette Hartley, and you are listening to TV Confidential.
Tony Figueroa and Donna Allen are with us for This Week in TV History. This particular edition originally aired in October 2015. Tony?
Real quick mention, September 28th, 1955, the World Series was televised in color for the first time, a game between the New York Yankees and the Brooklyn Dodgers.
On NBC.
On NBC, yeah. They were broadcasting in color before anybody else.
And did you say it was 1955?
1955, September 28th.
I think Vin Scully would have worked that game.
Yes, he probably would have.
He was. I know he was calling games for the Dodgers at the time, but I think 55. I think he did that broadcast for NBC.
As a kid, I still remember Vin Scully and Jerry Doggett, doing Dodger baseball, I think, for a while. Sponsored by Farmer John sausages.
It's still sponsored by Farmer John.
Still sponsored by Farmer John. I didn't even know Farmer John was still around.
Oh, no. It's not. I mean, I am not a Dodgers fan, but I love listening to Vin Scully.
Oh, yeah, Vin Scully. When Harry Carey died, I thought Harry Carey was such an institution in broadcast baseball. But he was such a personality above and beyond the broadcast booth, and then you hear the stories about him knocking a few back and almost falling out the window of the broadcast booth a few times when he, for the seventh inning stretch singing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And then a lot of Dodgers fans schooled me on the significance of Vin Scully, and I guess just because growing up here, he's always there.
He is always there. One reason why he's an icon is he's the only broadcaster who doesn't have an on-air partner.
Yeah.
And that's by design because he makes it really a conversation between he and the listeners. Mm-hmm. And so there are some affectations where he'll say friends, but or and it's as if he's talking to you and not 500,000.
When I was a kid going to the Dodger game and you had new transistor radios that were about the size of a bar of soap, I'd say about the size. I'm looking at our phones, and maybe about the size, a lot thicker though. Mm-hmm. Running on a 9-volt battery. Do you have one? You still have your? Yeah, it's about the size, maybe about the size of a Walkman. I think slightly small, but used to be, I remember we could get those at the, the dollar store, the dime store, something like that. Put in a 9-volt battery from Radio Shack, and you would be at the Dodger game. And there'd be so many people either with that radio to their ear, or they had the earpiece, the one little earphone, before you had earbuds or anything like that. So it was just one, mono listening on AM radio, listening to Vin Scully, and that was the thing. Or somebody would have one, when boom boxes were becoming a little bit more somebody would have it, and nobody complained. You just listen, and people wanted to hear Vin Scully while they are watching the actual game play. They wanted to hear that. So you could be at the stadium, you still want to hear Vin Scully.
I do the same thing whenever, thanks to MLB.com, or before they changed it around the NFL.com, it's possible to listen to your hometown broadcasters while you're watching them on a national television broadcast.
Which, that was when I was living in Puerto Rico. When we got cable, when that was available, we had the Superstation, so we could watch the Braves games. We had WWOR, which is that the Mets or the Yankees?
I believe that would be the Yankees.
The Yankees. And
where's Phil Grace when we need him?
And then we got WGN in Chicago, which showed the Cubs, and I think that's how a lot of us...
Cubs and the White Sox.
Cubs and the White Sox. But that's how I think a lot of us were introduced to Harry Carey as a personality.
Because of Superstations, yes.
Because of the Superstations. And, some of the Superstations, you would have games with the teams playing each other, and it was kind of cool to channel surf to see, the different broadcasts. But also we got local broadcasts in Puerto Rico of some games, and they would have the local announcers. And it was very commonplace for people who wanted to listen on the CBS radio affiliate to listen to the broadcasters from the radio, turn down the audio on the TV, and it didn't matter. It wasn't so much of a language. I think a lot of people just wanted to hear the broadcast in English from some of the talent that they would associate with broadcasts from some of the major markets. You had, people who have been to New York or such, so they would love to do that. So it's an interesting tradition of what the transistor radio did to the game of baseball.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to a conversation between Tony Figueroa, Donna Allen, and me that originally aired in October 2015 as part of This Week in TV History. Take a quick time out. We'll continue our conversation with Tony and Donna here on TV Confidential. One more item. If you're starting a company, particularly one that is in an emerging market, you know that averting any sort of legal dispute is crucial to your business plan. Our friends at Tectonic Law offer an array of services that can help you avoid and preempt future litigation while also developing and protecting your intellectual property and intangible assets. Tectonic Law serves the needs of a host of emerging industries throughout California and beyond, including industrial designers, beverage makers, artists, farmers, retail stores, health practitioners, wellness experts, cosmetics manufacturers, nonprofit organizations, innovators in sustainable practices, and libraries. Go to tectoniclaw.com to learn more about how Tectonic Law can help your business thrive. tectoniclaw.com. Rock solid representation for groundbreaking industries.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay Area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Ed Robertson thanking you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. If you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss our next episode.